go ahead and get started. Cool. Well, April's got the recording going, and Sean, as the vice chair, we'll just have you run the meeting.
All right, so I guess we got to do the introductions because a lot of people are new.
Yep.
So why don't you just go ahead and read and go around, and maybe instead of just saying your name, like a little bit what you do, a little bit about yourself, so we can get an idea of who you are.
So I'm Reed Price. I'm the Assistant Public Works Director here at Orem, and I'm the staff support for the Beautification Commission. I've been asked to help the group to coordinate its efforts and to get them connected with other staff members and help them accomplish the goals that they have.
Matt Taylor, I'm one of the planners. I work over in the Plan Division at City Hall. I'm just a guest today, so pleasure to be with you all.
But you also represent your staff
Yes,
support.
I'm staff support for the Natural Resources Stewardship Committee. So
They're another group that are focused on the natural resources and preserving natural resources in the community, and similar to the Beautification Advisory Commission. So he does something similar.
I'm April Nielson. I am an administrative assistant for this Public Works Department, the secretary for this commission and for PWAC. And I'm here to do whatever you need me to do.
I'm Barb Cooper, newly retired ICU nurse from Intermountain, and I'm excited to be on this.
Good.
Jared Goble. I am got a few years for retirement, but I've been in North Orem since 2011. Born and raised in Utah. I grew up in Salem and then lived all over the country. We moved back and just wanted to participate in the community. So glad I got the opportunity.
I'm Josh. I live in South Orem, and yeah, I've been here for about 5 years now. My fiance and I just bought the house right next door to her father's childhood home. He still lives there, so I feel we're going to be here for a while. But yeah, I just kind of want to get involved in the community.
I'm Sean Orullian. I have lived in Orem for probably 15, 16 years. Was born in Utah, but then lived in California in my childhood. Don't plan on leaving anytime soon because I like the area. We like our neighborhood, like our house. And I drive for UPS, so our office is just right down the street. So that's what I do.
We have one other member. Her name's Elain Parker. She's the chair of the commission. I expect her to walk in any minute, but she's been a great resource to us as well. Tanya Harmon was another member who asked to step down because of a job change that she had recently, as well as some health challenges that she's had in her family. So we do have one vacancy. We have several applications that we've reviewed. I've reviewed them with David Spencer. He's asked me to reach out to an individual to gauge their interest, just like I did with each of you, to explain this is what we do. Have I scared you away, or do you want to continue to do what the commission's doing? And I have yet to hear from him, but chances are that we will fill that last spot. We have seven members here. Oh, and Stahmann is the other one,
Yeah.
and emailed the group and said that she wasn't feeling well. But she's also she a little bit older, outranks you just barely, Josh. So
Doesn't take much.
yeah.
And Ann's going to be a good resource because she works on the grounds at BYU, so she's always doing that kind of stuff. So, all right, we need to approve the minutes, and none of you were, well, you were here last time.
Yeah, Josh was here.
So I make a motion, because I've looked over them, I make a motion that we approve the minutes for March. You would like to second that?
I will second that.
And then
All in favor?
all in favor?
Sure.
You guys were here, so
It's a video recording. It's
So
that
we
happens
can-
every meeting. We approve the
We can
minutes.
go to this
To that link.
and see and read them or
Yeah.
listen.
Listen
Yeah,
to
listen,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
watch the
Okay.
whole video.
So the email that I sent you had the agenda, as well as there was something else that I included in it, and you can
Yeah,
just click
the
on those.
minutes and the.
The minutes and the agenda, yeah,
Yeah.
both of those. And you can
Okay.
just click on that, it'll open a YouTube link, and you can tune in to the previous meeting.
Okay, I think probably, do you need to go anywhere? Do we want to let him go now, or do we want to wait? I mean, does it matter?
We could jump to.
Could we jump
What
to
do you
him
want to
and
do?
see if
Up to
Elain will
you.
show up?
Long you're good.
Maybe we should let him go
Okay.
ahead and go.
Yeah.
And then if Elain shows up, we can talk about
All right.
the parade stuff.
Sure.
So we'll turn the time over to him then.
Well, he's actually here to listen. The group as a
okay.
whole discussed the idea of creating a wise water use award
Okay, then we'll talk
program.
about that.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it was Josh's brainchild. He brought it up. And so I invited Matt to come in
Okay.
because
Yeah,
it was
it
my
sounds
understanding that the
overlap.
Natural Resources Stewardship Committee had also discussed this and had some ideas. And so rather than duplicate efforts, we could either join efforts or determine that perhaps this is better for the Beautification Commission or for the Natural Resources Stewardship Committee to do. So anyway, Josh took on the assignment to look to see what's been done elsewhere, would come prepared to this meeting to say, this is what I found. Matt would be here to listen and to tell us what the Natural Resources Stewardship Committee has already done.
I think that's great. Yeah. Okay.
Go for it.
Reed was nice enough to print some of this stuff out. I put a lot of work into this. I took a screenshot of a website. These here, I don't know if you've seen these. So a lot of the water conservancy districts in Utah already have different programs to encourage and incentivize wise water use. This is the one that just kind of has the easiest requirements laid out. And basically, this is a very simple program. All it's encouraging residents to do is it's called the Flip Your Strip program. Unfortunately, nowhere in Utah County has a program like that. However, some in like Salt Lake County and some other areas do have some, and that's where we got these requirements.
My understanding is Central Utah Water Conservancy District is doing that program now too.
Oh, did they just
And they have a grant program.
Well, their website isn't updated. Because I got this today. Okay, well, no, that's good to know.
I'll confirm that.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely. No, please do.
They are using South Jordan Water Conservancy District's programs, local
Okay.
state program.
Yeah, and that's where I got this, so,
Mhm.
okay. Well, no, if so, that's really easy. They need to update their website. But other than that, that's good. I think ultimately, as his kind of district or group is looking at, I think people in Utah are just recognizing that water is a resource that we need to conserve and be more wisely with. So I was thinking that we could work together to either work on programs, work with the city council to lessen some restrictions or different things like that, implement things like this, or if they're already there, advertise them. So yeah, I guess that's kind of my just quick little spiel.
Where Washington County just had got on the news today about their program where they took with volunteers and they just did a bunch of these.
That's really cool.
Literally just this morning's KSL News.
Really? Yeah, that's awesome.
A little bit of history. The previous requirement for city landscape yards was to have at least 75% of your yard grass. Efforts of the Beautification Commission have changed that requirement to where it's, I shouldn't say grass, but landscaped. And they've changed it to where it's now 50% required. And that isn't necessarily grass, but it's, if you were to look from a bird's eye view to look straight down, you should have 50%. It should look 50% covered with some sort of
Vegetation, yeah.
I printed out the current ordinance if
Okay.
you're interested in that.
Yeah. And I will say, I kind of just, this is the easiest one that I thought that we could kind of look at first. If anyone has any other ideas for programs, or if your commission has worked on any other programs, I think that would be great to hear about.
Well, I think most of it's awareness, isn't it? Just 'cause
A lot of it,
I-
yeah.
First time I saw this morning, and then you guys bring it up, it's just timely.
They haven't really worked on anything per se. They have a award program for stewardship, and this last year they gave last year they gave 2 commercial awards to 2 different, a large scale business and a small scale business. This year they awarded a local business and an individual that's very active in water management and has done some of this stuff with their own personal yard and is also involved in education. They've mentioned, maybe all the work they've done is mentioned that this is a priority or something they care about. I think it makes sense that the Beautification Committee work on it, but if there's definitely a partnership that can be had, I mean, they're very interested in seeing something happen. And so whether that's maybe some kind of a joint award or something that they take the lead on, they'd be open to that too.
I'm obviously very new. So maybe a question. So obviously it'd be relatively easy, I would imagine, to have some award program where we can, I don't know, talk to local landscapers. Hey, who has done something really water wise? To help limit our search or things like that. Is it feasible to actually to work with city council and try to get the city to adopt some of these programs where they, like in the parking lots, the random little, what do they call those?
Parking islands.
Yeah, the parking islands just have grass. Those are pretty inefficient to water, is my understanding. So if we were to do something like this, we could probably, I don't know, just kind of a lead by example type thing for the city. Is that possible, or are we better off just trying to focus on incentivizing through programs, or board programs?
I don't want to discount anything. I mean, these are all great ideas. I think that Jared brought up, it's public awareness is one easy way to get people to try to use water wisely. The city should be a good example, and new improvements that they're making are trying to be much more water wise than stuff has been in the past.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a fairly simple sell to tell the city council that when improvements are made in the future, make sure that they're water wise, and can funding be made available to target places that aren't necessarily going to be improved in the next 2, 5, 10 years. That they could think, oh, that's a good idea, let's put $100,000 per year to improve the parking islands or other areas that make sense, and as you've said, lead by example. I think that is an appropriate request. David Spencer, who's the city council rep, would likely agree with that as well. I don't want to speak for him. He was unable to be here, but that's something that we can follow up on as we move this discussion forward. This is the first time we're talking about it, tossing ideas around, and over the next little while we'll be able to zero in on what's the most effective way that this group can make a difference. The Natural Resources Stewardship Committee, how can they be involved in well? So yeah, I think that is appropriate to do.
Cool. No, I wasn't exactly sure what our scope was, I guess, with that.
And that we're creating that scope right now.
So I have spent way too much time. So I don't know. So we bought this home, like I said, about a year ago, and it was trash. The lawn was all weeds, right? So luckily we had kind of a blank canvas to start with, and I wanted to consciously do that. So I've been able to do a lot of research. Mostly I'm just very lazy, and I didn't want to mow my lawn every week. So I was able to do a lot of research on kind of ways to mitigate that, but I also hate the xeriscape look, which maybe it's bad to say, but I'm not a fan of it. So planting native, different things like that I've been doing a lot of research on. But yeah, I think that'd be really fun as we move forward, just kind of to, discuss different ideas and see what could stick, because I think anything could help.
One of our, we'll discuss plans for newsletter submissions. That's another way for us to get information out. What you've learned, we're looking for content in the newsletter, and the goal for the Beautification Commission in the past has been to have something in there to help promote things like wise water use or gardening tips or landscaping tips. Yeah. So that could be another avenue to help us meet the goals that the group has set.
I grew up in Salem, and I remember when they redid Spanish Forks, we had Spanish Forks, And when they redid that Main Street, they went to a more, wasn't intended to be because of water usage, it was more about ease of use, maintaining, so they got rid of all the center spots, they put in those brick pavers, and then they went with trees and drip emitters and things, so it made it more efficient. But the result was actually a pretty nice looking Main Street, and I think that's something you encourage more at the council member level to say, hey, you remodel a recent base, maybe they encourage that. But I think if we found, I love the idea of still in a ward, because I had a couple of neighbors talk about, geez, we know water's gonna be tight this year, already thinking about it. And if you start to highlight people that are doing those things, I think it creates a bit of a,
Absolutely.
hey man, I got recognized for this, and then other people might catch wind of it. Or if people buy up some areas for development, you encourage them with, maybe, I don't know how those incentives work, to be frank. That's outside of anything I've ever been exposed to, but that might encourage them to say, hey, if you pick this, maybe you get a, I don't know, rebate or adjustment on whatever, because of, or allow them to get access to types of plants that are be good to put in. I remember some folks do that, where it makes it easier for us to say, oh, wow, that's a good idea, because I honestly don't know either. Made that mistake way too many times, get the wrong stuff. So I think it's a wonderful idea. If we could promote some way to just, us as individuals too, beyond just what the city might end up doing. But I know they're different scopes, right?
Are we, were we able to confirm that the Central Utah?
Yeah, so if you
Conservancy
go to their
is doing that?
website,
I think I was on like Water Savers, some like third-party sites where I got that.
yeah, so if you go to cuwcd.com /rebates.html, and there's actually a program allowed, you can get a rebate $1.25 a square foot if you flip your strip.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, no, yeah, which is fantastic, right?
Yep. And so they do some education themselves. You can sign up for classes, I believe, that teach you how to do this local scape, water conscious. Their philosophy is, focus on, there's such a grass culture in Utah, and for a lot of young families that makes sense too. And so their goal is not to eliminate grass, their goal is to reduce that footprint and then increase with plants that are native or adapted to our environment at a low water use. So they give a lot of training and ideas and examples of how to do that effectively, not just in the strip, but on your parks, or on your own lawn.
They do like free classes in lots of places, which are really valuable if anyone has time.
Is this website advertised?
I'm not sure how they advertise it. It's not through Orem City, so I mean, we could certainly put a plug in for it. We're certainly a partner agency.
Like a newsletter, right? We could dedicate
Right,
to resources.
Yeah, I don't know if we've talked about flip your strip, but there are other wise water use tips that we've referenced in
Seen those.
newsletters in the past.
Yeah. I do like the emails when you guys send those out. Those actually are handy if people choose to.
That's where we would insert whatever comments whatever article, narrative that we, as the Beautification Commission wants to share, that's where it would show up.
Have you guys ever tracked to see how effective the email communications are?
That's a question for our communications folks.
I'm just curious. I mean, I
It's
know
wildly effective.
because some people might treat it as junk, and others might
Yeah.
say, geez, let me see what's going on, because sometimes there's really good stuff in there.
A lot of times they'll take what we submit in newsletters as well and roll it into their social media as well, so that it's not the only place that they're sending it through the newsletters, but it's getting the folks who are social media savvy and may not pay attention to their email.
Well, you can have on your water bill, we could have, there's always some kind of advertisement or something that's sent with your water bill. And we can add
Insert
something to that.
Yep. That's another idea.
That's a really cool idea.
I mean, everybody gets a water bill, unless it's all online.
Yeah, there's a lot that are switching to just
I still get one in the mail.
We still look at it online. I'm a millennial, so yeah, we still look at our water bill. So I'm sure that we could put
That
something
is
there.
true, because that's what we'll do. Because I want to see if we got any issues. But there could be other ways to connect those those
Absolutely.
things.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, this is my recommendation, so we can move on, because we have other stuff that we need to plan in this meeting. I think next meeting, we should dive into this a lot more and talk about how we're gonna create the program, what we wanna present to the city council as far as what we'd like from them, as far as support or their contribution, how we're gonna share this with the public, and we've already mentioned ideas, so you guys can keep brainstorming and
Yeah.
bring that next time. And then what kind of awards we want to give to the public, because we do have a budget that we haven't used as much recently, because we used a lot of it for other programs in the past, like the pot thing. So if we decide, like right now with our beautification awards, we just give them a sign and they keep that permanently. But if we want to do something for the water, as far as a sign or any kind of other, like a gift certificate somewhere to like a greenhouse, then we could talk about that if that's something we want to do. So keep writing ideas and brainstorming and things we want to talk about, and I think maybe next meeting would be a good time to spend more time focusing on that.
Is there a member of the Natural Resources Stewardship Committee that we should invite to represent?
Yeah, I
represent
have a
them?
meeting with him next week, and we
Okay,
can garner interest there. So it's usually always this day and time
okay,
of month, this committee.
okay.
Is it always
Yeah,
this
we're all-
day?
It's usually the fourth Monday.
Yeah.
But it's not every month. We try to meet quarterly.
Oh, okay.
But we could meet sooner if
Sure.
we need to. So, yeah.
No,
if you could-
there'll definitely be interest, and so we'll find a member that wants to come. This is the local skate program too, if you wanna, among their brochures, and just load you up with info. You want one?
Yes.
So this is at the state
That's
level?
the Central Utah Water Conservancy District,
Oh.
so their office is in Orem, that they cover a lot of jurisdictions, basically ensuring that we have water supply where we need it when Orem City doesn't do it. Which Orem City does most of our own water supply, but we're still part of the district.
Yeah, Central Utah treats the water, the rights that we have in Deer Creek and Jordan now. So the surface water, will send it through their plant and they clean it up so that we can use it. We have springs as well and deep wells that provide a lot of our water. But we couldn't keep up with the demand if we didn't have the storage that we have up at Deer Creek.
I think they're required by state law to have a portion of their budget towards education, and this is part of their education budget, conservation budget. I will be happy to coordinate a member. I'm happy to come to as many meetings as you'd like as well, and
Okay.
I know that they'll be interested in partnering if you want that partnership.
Yeah, why don't you
Many hands.
gauge their interest?
Mhm.
I don't think the commission is demanding that this idea belongs to them.
Yeah.
You know, if it's more appropriate with the Natural Resources Committee or a joint effort, that's great, but it would be good to have someone come and
Yeah.
represent them at the next
Happy to do it.
next meeting.
I will say, I have absolutely no credibility in speaking on this. I know we have Ann, right, who works on BYU grounds, but other than that, I don't know. So if someone on your commission has the credibility, the knowledge, the skill, whatever the case is, to spearhead this, I think maybe you guys take control of it, and those of us that are interested can come tag along and help.
I think it makes sense with either committee.
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
from beautification, you can focus on beautification as far as being a water-wise steward, as a subcategory of awards that you guys give or something, or if you feel like you don't have the bandwidth and capacity,
Yeah, maybe it would be a
and it makes more
two-session
sense for us to do it, I mean, that's fine, we're totally open.
Because there's ways of being water-wise and not doing it attractive.
Unfortunately,
So-
yes.
Yes.
He just bought a house.
So,
that way.
so there's that beautification element we want to
Mhm.
infuse into that.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, you could just put down a bunch of rock and cactus, I suppose, but
yeah.
I don't know if that's the best look. So,
Yeah, we don't want that. We want good-looking staff.
yeah.
So, come with ideas the next time we meet, so we can have all the stuff we want with that. We'll decide when we're going to meet
We'll
next
get a
with that.
report from Matt after his meeting in a couple of weeks of somebody who
Okay.
wants to come. And if there's more than one that wants to come, we'll
Yeah.
welcome them too.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, one other person that would probably be interested is Hillary Hungerford. She is a UVU professor, and one of her big emphases is water management and conservation. So, and I know Anne. I've known Anne for a lot of years. We did our masters together, so she's highly qualified as well. So, great resource.
Okay. Thanks, Matt.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Enjoy your night.
Let's talk about let's move to the Beautification Award. I know we're hopping around. I want to spend the last part until we're done on the parade, so we can just talk about the award program and how we do that.
All right, so I alluded to the emails that I've sent about the Beautification Award program that we have. It's basically each member of the commission is assigned an area of the city. They drive around and look for nice looking yards. They find one, they take a sign, they can put it in their yard or talk to the people and say, hey, congratulations, you've won an award. You're being recognized for your nice yard. We've done this program for many years. We've refined it over the years, made it relatively simple and straightforward. Real quick, we will review the map and we can make some decisions here with the vacant positions that we have. You can see that we have a citywide one that focuses on businesses and gives awards to deserving businesses. We have Area 1, which is Sean's area. Area 2 is Ann's area. Area 3 is vacant. Area 4 is Josh's area. Area 5 is Elain's area. And Area 6 was Tanya's, but is now vacant because Tanya is asked to step down. So Jared and Barb, if Area 6, Area 3, or the businesses sounds enticing to you, we can sign you up for one of those.
Well, I live up in area, one in yellow.
This one?
I live.
Okay.
I don't know where you live, Barb, so.
North Orem,
So you and I are in the same area, so.
yeah.
I'm indifferent. I mean, I can do either way.
So the yellow one is not taken yet?
It is not taken yet.
The one next to it, is that taken?
Yes.
That's Sean's.
Okay, I
That's where
don't
live.
care.
That's where Sean.
I'm
So maybe
indifferent.
one of you can take the yellow and then maybe one of you could take the business. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want to do business.
No,
for
I
commission.
wouldn't mind doing the business, because I
So-
go around looking all the time.
Yeah, so if you see that
to
there's a
see
business
whose
that's.
yard, for instance, as I'm driving down State Street, there are some that are nicer than others.
Mhm.
Can I say that one that's not nice? Can I say it out loud?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Lowry's garage door
overhead
opener.
door, yeah.
They always look awful.
Yeah.
Always. But Martin's Collision always looks nice.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
How do you get the ones that don't care, like Lowry's?
Yeah, we try not to publicly shame. We try to focus on the positives as this group. At least that's the approach that we've taken in the past.
Is there any way you can hint to the businesses saying,
The
are they aware of this?
of the award program?
Yes.
Probably not.
Yeah,
Unless
I
they see
doubt
it,
they
unless
are.
they see the sign that we've given to another business.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only real way that most people, like a neighbor gets a yard award for their house, and other neighbor sees that and then,
Yeah.
oh, maybe I should.
I'll get one of those.
Really, that's kind of the best, the
Yeah,
most effective that is in letting people know they need to fix their yard.
right.
And then
But-
they also often put you guys post on Facebook when you've done, so you can post on Facebook this, and tag that business that they've received this award, and that may also bring, other businesses who may be watching.
Who's in charge of the Facebook for Orem City?
We have a communications group in the city manager's office, Peter Wolfley and Stephen Downs.
Can you tell them we would like to maybe publicize this a little more?
When the easy way to do it is and we'll get to this in a little bit, is
Right.
when we award something, we upload it to the Beautification Commission's Facebook page, and then they promote that as well. But yeah, that's good content. They're always looking for content. They even put out nominate your neighbor for a beautification award or a business for an award, and then we get slammed with those nominations. And April's good at sending them out to you. These people
Oh,
have been
good.
nominated.
Good.
Yeah, I'll send you an email with
Consider
the
these.
address.
It's not something you have to do. Sometimes I wonder if people nominate themselves just to get a sign in their yard.
I don't always pick them because I'm picky with what I think looks nice.
Me too.
But I go look because, you know,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
ultimately your decision on whether
Right.
you like the nomination. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
We'll forward those to you. But that's an example of how they've used social media, Facebook, to reach out and say, hey, this program's out there, and maybe it needs to be business specific rather, because we've focused primarily on residential.
So when you
beautification.
discuss business for the entire city, are we talking just one or several? Or?
Several, yeah, so we'll get to that, the
Okay.
details here. So this is, what I'll do is update the map. I'll put Barb's name here for the businesses, and then for area 6, which was Tanya's area, I'll put Jared's name. And then our new member, they'll get to have area 3 until someone leaves and like, oh, I prefer that area, let's move me over there. So what we do, we have an online form. Each member of the commission has 10 signs or 10 awards to give out during the summer from May to September. So that answers your question, how many? We hope you'll do 2 a month. That's the hope. Some people do 5 a month and hit it real hard for a couple of months. It's up to you, but we want you to give out 10 awards in your area. When you give them out, we have an online form that I'll email to you. You just click on the link, it opens the form, and it walks you through all of the steps. The award program will be run from May to September. Filling out this form completely will inform city staff who will update the online map showing where the awards have been received in the past. So if you complete this form, April and I get notification, we'll update the map, and you can go back in the past to see, oh look, this business is great. Oh, they got it back in 2020. Maybe I should wait and look for something else. Can't find anything, you still want to give them one that looks extra awesome, go ahead and do it. But this just helps you to be informed of who's received them in the past.
Just real quick onto that, I think what we talked about was like within the past like 5 years or something like that. So if they've received in the past 5 years any kind of place, then preferably don't give it to them unless you are like strapped, not being able to find someone else. Then if it's like 5 years ago, then because we don't want to
Sure.
keep hitting the same people.
Sure.
So, steps to approach the winners. Wear your beautification shirt. April's in the process of trying to get everybody shirts. We need to get shirt sizes, and we'll get you one. It's just a blue shirt, has the Orem logo, Beautification Commission under it. Makes you look official. Approach the home. Identify yourself as a member of the Beautification Commission and the reason you're there. Present them with the sign and a letter from the mayor congratulating them. We've got letters. They're generic letters, hand signed by the mayor. They're just not individualized. We used to do individualized, but COVID changed everything. And this was just much easier, so it's still nice. Present them with a sign and letter from the mayor, congratulating them. Ask to take a picture of their property. Suggest that they be in the picture next to the sign. If they say yes to taking the picture, ask if they would allow you to post it to the city's Facebook page and website, and then fill out the rest of this form. Upload the photos at the very end of this form. You can upload photos right there. April and I get them. We can use them. We keep a historic record of them and use those photos for our city council presentation at the beginning of each year. In February is when we do that. So we just have a record of that. And then there's a link right here on this form as well to go to this map so that you can look. Oh, okay. What did we have? We're looking at 2021 awards. These are the 2021 holiday awards. You can unclick things to help you see what's been awarded in your areas in the past. So just go ahead and play around with that. Get familiar with your area to see where you should focus. I should also say that businesses, a lot of times we think State Street. There's a lot of businesses all around, so make sure, that's why we outlined the entire city. So be creative when it comes to that.
You had a lot
So
of fun there.
if you continue,
Good thing you're retired.
So you continue, it's gonna ask for the date the award was given, so we'll just say, then you'll select your name from the drop down. I've already updated it. So we'll choose, we'll say Barb's doing this one. And what area were you done? Do businesses. Go next. And then write the information, first name for businesses, just type the name of the business. If you know a person, go ahead and put the address in there. That's really important for us to be able to mark it on the map. If you don't know the name, nobody's home, you're like, I really like this, go ahead, put the sign, stick the letter in the door, and we don't really know the name, but we'll know the address, and they'll still be recognized.
So in that scenario, then it's okay if they're not there for whatever reason, maybe they're gone for the summer or
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or should we
I-
try to come back?
Yeah.
So personally, I would leave it, and I like to come back so I can like talk to them, because that interaction is really special
It's gonna
for a lot of
sit.
people. They
Yeah.
feel if you just leave it there, they kind of look at it like they don't understand the whole thing. And then when you get their name and you post that on the Facebook page, a lot of these people get really excited. Now I got to go tell my son and my daughter out of state to go look at the Facebook page and see that their name is on there with their house. So if you can, I would suggest that. If you're like running through the neighborhood quick and you just want to stick a sign in the yard because you don't have time to wait, then I would go back another day and just explain it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did they verbally agree to let you take a picture of their home? You can say yes or no. Did they verbally agree to let you post it online? Yeah, that's just for our records. We used to have them sign a paper, and I asked the attorneys, is it really necessary? Because we've got Google Street View, and it's a public area. You can take a picture of anybody's home.
Yeah.
So they were like, well, let's just ask them at least.
I've never had a person say no to those things.
Other helpful information, you could just add whatever you want right there. And then you would add files. If you took 3 pictures, click that. You can post up to 5, I believe, is what we have it set at. And hit submit. April and I get notification, and we've got a permanent record of who's gotten it, so that when people come and take your place at some point in the future, we'll have a good record of what's been done in your particular area. So fairly straightforward. I will resend these instructions to you. You can bookmark it, star it, whatever browser you use on your phone. It's fairly straightforward. If you lose the link, just ask, we can send it to you again.
So realistically, we'll start in June for some of us then, I guess,
Uh-huh.
and then get it through the next few months then.
We've got the signs ready for you to grab on your way out the door.
Perfect.
And you can start whenever you want.
All right.
And we just want you to do 10 throughout the summer.
Awesome. That's such a good thing.
So that gets 7. If everybody did every one, we would get 70. A good year, we've probably done 50 or 60. So
Oh, okay.
that's,
And they keep the sign. Years past, we would give them a sign, a metal sign, and then we would take it out of their yard after a month and go to the next house. And that was a pain in the butt.
yeah.
This is nice because it's kind of their trophy, and
Yeah.
they can leave it in their yard year after year if they want. So it's theirs.
I would.
Yeah, it's theirs.
Hey, that's awesome.
All right. Any questions on that?
So I know you said you had a shirt for some of our new ones, well, it's okay if not? until-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
You're
I'll
holding a
just need-
sign that says
yeah.
Orem, and you can say,
And
I'm
Right now, I've got,
Letter.
I've got yours on order. I'll need to get your sizes.
Are they still doing ID badges?
They could, yeah. I took that off of here just because it's
Okay.
Yes.
nobody's ever really gotten
You'll go
one.
through this
Okay.
door.
The shirt
and
is the
into
idea.
the hallway,
Sure.
the station,
Yeah.
into the kitchen, go through the door. Take a
There is
left at the
also a
hallway, and
holiday
then on the right.
award. We'll give
You'll see the
everybody
door
2
down
signs in
through the door.
December,
Yeah.
and they can go out in their
For
area.
lights and
So
things.
through
Put
the
lights
door,
in.
through the kitchen,
Yeah.
take a left in the hallway, and it's on your right side.
Just for Christmas time?
Yeah. So we do the 10 signs in the summer, and then 2 signs in December.
Okay.
We could do more if you guys wanted, but it's
holidays aren't busy enough, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
We're just grateful when they get out.
Thank you.
Okay, that does that.
And that one says holiday award? that
Yeah.
one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
with
holiday
strings of lights.
decorations.
I don't know how it's decorated, but it's cute. It's good.
Yeah, last one had a
It's,
snowman.
they're the like the political signs you see. That's what they're made out of.
Yeah, okay,
And then
so
you
just a
dump them in
vinyl
the wire,
product.
yeah. So yeah. Let's talk about the Summerfest Parade. So, I don't know, other than the fact that Anne said that she cannot get those vehicles. And then someone else, was it Elain that said something about, I didn't read the whole
Lawnmowers?
email, or if I did, I can't remember, about lawnmowers. What was?
Cutters or something?
Here, I'll pull it
Seeing
up
if
real
we could
quick.
use city lawnmowers,
They wanted to go to Cutler's
or use, yeah,
Yeah.
covers.
and see if they had anything that they wanted to advertise.
So, that sounds like a fun idea, but logistically, we'd have to have a trailer to get them on, drop them off, and then get the trailer back where we're gonna pick them up at Smith's parking lot. So I don't know if that's,
Just
what do you guys think? I hadn't talked to the guy that I got cars from before because I was assuming that this was gonna work with her. And just within the past week, I found out that she wasn't gonna be able to, so.
What have you normally done?
Okay, so we have an entry in the parade every year. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed or if you guys go to that parade, the Summerfest Parade.
On and off. Yeah,
We're usually towards the first 10 entries because Reed likes to get us in. He's nice for doing that, so we can just be done.
I can pull some strings.
Yeah. So usually after like the what's the person that
The Grand Marshal.
Grand Marshal, I can't think, and then the City Council and a few other things, and we're usually after that.
Okay.
We have, every year it's been different. We've had different people cooperate with us to like advertise. We've had Cook's Greenhouse with us with their trailer. So basically we try to get someone or some kind of presentation in it other than just us walking, because that'd be kind of boring for a lot of people. Last year I had a friend that let me borrow his 57 Porsche Speedster convertible, and we drove that because that was flashy, and we handed out candy. We had some other decorations. So we were hoping to get some vehicles from Anne, from like a brother or something, that we could drive as kind of like the focal point of the entry, and then we would decorate on that, or ride in that and have some people walk or whatever. But she said that that was not going to work in the email, so we need to decide what we're going to do in the parade, because like I said, if it's just us walking, that's not that exciting. And we also, it would be helpful if we had other people to join us, like family members, because what we have in the parade is we have a sign in the front we can carry, and that would require 2 people. So it says Orem Beautification Commission. 2 people for that, and then a couple people on both sides handing out candy, and then anyone else that's going to be in the middle. If there's going to be a vehicle or whatever else we're going to do, then we would need those kind of people. So I've had my kids in the past help me.
What day is it?
It is the second or third
No, it's
Saturday
Second Saturday.
in June,
Okay.
so it's coming up here pretty quick.
So
It's
that
the
would be-
11th. The parade starts at 7. We want to have all of the commission members that are able to participate in line by 6:30.
So 2 weeks from this Saturday.
We still have the flowers that you guys used last year, the big flowers that.
No,
raised.
those belong to Elain.
She brought them.
You actually saying we have.
Or they? Oh,
We
you
have
said we have them.
We have them.
Oh,
Yeah, I got them in storage.
so those would be great if we have the staff, the people to carry them. So like if you had kids or spouse or grandkids or whatever you wanted to have, that say, hey, you guys want to be in the parade? Yeah, that sounds like fun. And they can still watch the parade, because when you finish, you can still go back and sit down somewhere, and there's time to see that. So we kind of need to know within this next week, actually, probably by this weekend. If you guys want to, I don't know, are you guys going to be able to be in it, first of all? I should find that out.
Well, I was just
I
looking
can
at my
ask my
schedule.
grandkids if they're interested.
I'm coming back from Korea on the 10th, but I'm trying to remember if I land on the 10th, which might be the 11th here. That's where always screws me up. So, I think it'd be great. I look forward to doing it. I'm just like, I don't know if I want to make that time period.
So you said the parade starts at 7, right?
Yeah.
And we usually have to get there like an hour.
They close the parade route down at 6, but you would just, somebody would get you close and then you have to walk down to the spot anyway.
So fundamentally, I could potentially, I actually get in at 2 a.m. on the 11th.
Oh,
That'd be that morning, and then I can.
well, talk about it with your families.
Yeah.
You know, see what you want to
I
do.
do have some older sons that would probably think it's great to try to do that, or I can get some nieces and nephews.
But yeah, I mean, if you feel like you can get back and you can be
Yeah,
rested.
I'll check. I'll make sure I'll check into it, but that would be cool. And then you guys are still looking for vehicles and things.
That or something we want to do. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, I don't know. It can be we've had vehicles in the past. Do you have an idea of something?
Well, I
or-
know where I live, we got a couple neighbors have old cars that they always enjoy going around, and but I'm also, I mean, if it's beautification, again, I don't know anything about anything, but if we got like Cooks or Sun River or somebody, they may already do something, I don't know. That'd be awesome, right? If they're out
Yeah,
there promoting.
we've done it in the past. I just don't know this close to if they're going to be able to do that or if they want to do that.
Trailer full of plants,
They used to, yeah,
They did
they've
that
done
one
that in the
year.
past. They've handed out little
Hand out
flowers.
or just have their plants near there if they throw out candy, I don't know, something easy,
But we would, so what would have to happen is this week we would have to have someone contact them and see if they wanted to join us in the parade and advertise themselves along with us.
yeah.
I can
So-
contact one of the nurseries if someone else wants to do another. I can talk to like Sun River or.
I'd be happy to ask. I mean, I think that would
Yeah.
be more conducive
Do
to.
you want to contact Cooks and just say, hey,
Sure.
we've done this with you in the past. Do you want to be with us at all in any way? I mean, you don't have to tell them that they have to do certain things, but if they want to drive a vehicle that says Cooks on it, fine, and then we can maybe.
Because they have those, their vehicles that they have on at the nursery, and then maybe it could just be a quick trailer pulling
Yeah.
some of their plants that they're just trying to promote, and they don't have to give anything away, right? It'd just be.
No, they don't have to, because I mean, they can do whatever they want. If it's basically just to
Yeah,
add
advertising.
Yeah,
more stuff to our entry, because so visually people see us and they like beautification, Cooks, greenhouse, planting, gardening, stuff like that. And usually I'll take the beautification signs that we have for the residents and I'll put a couple on the side of the vehicle so people can see that, or we'll carry a few of them to show them that that's what we hand out.
The parade charges for commercial entries, but if they partner with us, we get them in for free.
So
that's
that's
the benefit
That's
there.
the benefit, yeah.
you want to do Sun River then?
Well, I'd say if we have a relationship with Cooks already, right? Like we've partnered with them in the past.
Yes.
So
We
maybe.
have, but they've
let's-
told us no too. They said yes,
Last year
and the
they
next
told
year
us
they're
no.
like, nah, we're good. So we don't know what went wrong or
Oh, really?
anything. So there's a chance that they might.
Did someone
say
already,
no.
who already had a relationship with them? Was it?
It was
Tanya.
Tanya.
Yeah.
Yeah, she.
Oh, and she's not here, okay.
Well, I will say I can call both. I'll call Cooks first.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll just.
That way,
kinda-
that way you guys don't
yeah,
accidentally
have
get both,
to-
and then they're like competing, and they're.
No doubt. So you got
Yeah,
Cooks then?
I'll just call. I'll just call both of them.
Okay.
I will do some calling around, see if we can get anything like that, and if so, I guess we would just be asking for basically a truck or
Any kind
two.
of vehicle they want to have into the parade to,
Okay.
and they would do that obviously.
Yeah.
Cooks would. I don't know what
Yeah,
Sun River
Cooks
Garden
had a
has.
truck with a trailer that had Cook's Nursery
Okay.
on the back, and they were bringing flowers out and trying to hand them out as fast as they could.
Because we have like
back in
3
the day.
nurseries here. But we have that like shade.
Yeah, there's the Shade and Cooks.
Yeah. I guess we have 3. We have Sun River, Cooks, and Shade, right? I'll call
Where's
call
Shade?
around, see if any of them want
It's
to
on Fourth South.
do anything, and
Okay.
I'll try and get back to everyone by Wednesday.
Kind
Further
of also
down.
has
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah,
also
that way-
used
oh,
as
that'd be
a
great. I guess what is
venue
today?
for
It's Monday.
events and
Yeah, I'll
stuff.
try to have that done tomorrow
Okay.
So
Um,
that used to be
or
called.
Wednesday at the latest.
Yeah, it was
We're
another.
primarily looking for
Yes.
something
Yes.
flashy that
So
promotes
it changed,
beautification
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
in the form of probably a vehicle of some sort.
Yeah.
It can't be too big. We can't have 15 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need to limit the size.
Take up the whole parade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we would. The mayor would not like that.
So we're looking for just something to help bring focus on
Okay.
beautification. We'll have and the entry is the Beautification Commission, supported by
Yeah.
Yeah.
the nursery, and we're giving them an opportunity to team up with us, and if they have anything they want to hand out, great. If not, we've handed candy out. I think typically Sean's gotten
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
$200 worth
We're
of
gonna
candy
do that
or
for
something.
sure. Yeah.
Can I also, I know like some of the different like conservancy gardens give out like eggs for like monarch butterfly gardens. Is that something I could call, ask if they'd be willing to donate some to our?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want
Oh,
to.
yeah, it's kids.
If you want to do that, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll make another call.
We'll hand them out. We won't throw those.
All the butterflies everywhere.
So let us know sometime as soon as you can about that.
Yeah.
I think I would prefer everyone by this Saturday emailing the group as to if you'll be there and how many people you can bring with you.
Okay.
So we can get an idea of what we have to work with, because if we plan, okay, what's those flowers that she was talking about, one of the gals made them, and it's like pool noodles, and they're like big flowers that you
That's
hold.
so
They're really
cute.
cool looking. I don't want to bring those if we don't have anyone to hold them. So we need, and logistically, we need to figure out what we're gonna have to bring with us. Who's gonna hand out candy, stuff like that. So if you guys can just email the group.
I'll send an email out asking for this
And then we
information.
talk to Anne and Elaine.
What time would it end at?
Oh, if we're in the beginning of it,
You'll start at
It
7, you'll
takes
walk
about-
through in 30 minutes.
yeah, 30
Oh,
minutes.
sweet.
Yeah,
I'm
so
in.
you can be done, and you can leave if you want. I mean, if you're at the end of the
then
parade,
go
that
get some
sucks.
food.
Isn't it? And it's at night, right?
Yeah.
It starts at 7, so it's going to be sunny out still.
Oh, well, then
at
count me in.
night.
Oh, I was thinking,
No, not morning.
AM.
No,
No, I
no.
remember because I was thinking the last
no,
one I
no.
went to, it was at night.
Yeah, it's great
Yes,
because
we
it's
can.
in the evening, and then the sun
Okay.
starts going down, then you
Cool.
stay for fireworks. And
Yeah, that'll be way
so
fun.
find out who we
I'll-
want to join us.
I'll double check, but I think by that time at least we'll get a little jet lag out, and then we can probably get
Okay.
folks there.
Take
And
a
then
nap.
we also, I mean, hopefully, I don't know how soon they'll get their shirts.
He says right now it's kind of hard to get things,
Right.
supplies and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we'll get at least the hats, but we'll see.
Okay. If not, if we don't get those by the time the parade starts, the shirt is a like a royal blue polo shirt.
Oh, okay.
So if we don't get those, so we can kind of all match, just wear a royal blue shirt
Okay.
or a light blue shirt of some sort, if you have one.
Even the family members? Or
Yeah, if they can wear some kind of blue shirt, if it's
Okay.
not matching exact, then you're fine. But you know, if they can't, if they don't have it, it's kind of like a dark royal, yeah. So that's what the shirt looks like.
Oh, okay. You have to have a smile?
For a
That's relevant.
smile rather
Okay.
than, you know.
But like if you have kids that are going to come or people are going to help that they don't have that, I don't want them not to come if we need their help just because they don't have that. So whatever.
It's about a mile plus walk.
So we can figure out what we're going to do with. I mean, we gotta coordinate getting down there, talking about that as far as where we're going to meet, making sure you have water, sunscreen, a hat on because it could get warm depending on. Some days it's rained on us, some days it was super hot. So.
We'll, the committee will assign us, the Summerfest committee will assign us a spot. They'll send me the information, then I'll get it out to the group.
Cool. That'll be way fun.
We try to make it as painless as possible, but there is some logistics as
Yeah.
you're realizing. Get everybody together at the same spot, and what are we going to hand out?
Where do we meet at? I forgot. Yeah, I missed it.
Do you know the two chapels that are across the street from
Costco.
By
Costco?
Costco? Yeah.
That's kind of the staging area right there, and up that street. Actually, right by that park next to the one chapel off of 800 East is where we were at the last year.
The Summerfest committee will tell us you are in spot
Yeah,
number
you
10.
just pull in. They'll have people
and-
directing you. Say
and I
we're
will-
with the
I'll
parade.
tell everybody you're in spot 10. This is where it should be,
Okay.
and then somebody
Well,
will.
let's hope that maybe one of the three.
I think that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Well, I think it's plus it advertises them
Yeah.
for no additional cost.
If that doesn't happen, does anybody have a decent looking car that they can?
I got a 2007 Camry. it's blue.
That's the rich man's Corolla.
There you go. There you go.
We could. There's folks we could probably ask, but it might just be some of these old cars. There's a few folks we could probably ask.
Let's find out after he does some calling, and then I might just email that or text that guy.
Are you
again,
guys on
we'll see.
the email thread?
The
I-
mo-
Yes,
Over
okay.
on-
The
Yeah.
agenda,
Okay.
all that stuff went to.
Perfect.
went to them.
I'll just follow up on that thread, or do we want to start another one for
Let-
the?
why don't you respond to the one that I'll send tomorrow?
Okay, cool.
Because Tanya's in that other one, she's no longer a member, so we can go ahead and let her step away without being incessantly bugged.
Okay. That sounds good.
So we'll start a new one specifically for this Summerfest parade.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
We done, was it $200 worth of candy?
Something like
Can
that.
That's a lot of
can I up that a little bit?
Sure.
Because we are always like tight at the end.
Because you're so generous at the beginning.
What's the petty cash here
My limit's 200. I can give you 200 at a time.
at a time? So if I turn in receipts and then came back the next day, I could do another one another day,
Yeah.
or
Well,
how-
yeah,
how would that work?
it's
So if I
just-
did 300 worth, well, how would I do that?
Well, we'd have to break it up into
Where are you gonna go?
different receipts.
Probably Costco.
Yeah, I'd have to have separate receipts, so it
I wouldn't-
can't be a receipt for $300. I have to have
Okay.
either a
Could-
receipt for 200 and a
could
100.
April, could you meet him there and pay with our credit card?
Yeah,
Would that work?
Yeah, we can do that.
If you plan, unless, it would have to be when she's in work hours, if you were gonna go on the weekend.
So
or something like
I'm off
that.
this whole week on vacation. So if there's sometime this week you want to do it, I don't know what.
well, if we did it, we'd have to do it tomorrow or Wednesday. Jill's out for the rest of the week after Wednesday afternoon, and then it's just me in the office. So otherwise, I can meet after hours. I'm totally fine. I can check out just use the city one.
What would you like to do? Tomorrow's bad. My son's graduating at UVU.
Yeah.
So I,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's where we'll be tomorrow.
Well, let me know when you're available, and I will meet if I can do any time after 4:30.
Do you want to just plan maybe Wednesday right after you get off? We can
Yeah,
just meet
that's
at
totally fine.
Costco.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Maybe I'll email you or something just remind.
Why don't we just have April go get it?
Yeah, I can get them.
Oh, we can
I
do that.
You don't have to
Yeah,
go.
I can just go
We can
get.
do that.
Yeah.
Why have to
bunch of
meet?
the-
Well, then I'll just
Yeah,
come
tell
over
me
here
what-
sometime
yeah.
and just pick it up from you.
Yeah,
You can
that's
store it here and
totally
let's pick it up.
$300 of pixie sticks.
So,
What kind did you usually get?
I think last time
The cool ones are the frozen treats.
I'm trying to remember if it was.
Those were the ones that we
Taffy?
would run after.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So preferably not chocolate.
Yeah,
Otter Pop.
just
I
like
think
the taffy.
I think we got taffy last time.
Yes, but like either
If I remember
taffy or
correctly.
like the smart.
Maybe we should throw some
Sweet
Otter Pops
tarts.
in there.
That's what
Yeah.
she's-
That's what she's saying. Those are the ones people went after.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You get a lot of Otter Pops, but then you have to freeze them prior.
Yeah.
More of the logistics.
We've got some
Or
deep
logistics.
freezes we can volunteer.
And then you just
So-
can't throw them
A
as well.
really long extension
That's the
cords.
problem.
Maybe maybe Laffy
Might hurt.
Taffy,
Yeah,
Laffy
or
Taffy, or something,
Yeah.
or not Laffy Taffy, or I mean,
The saltwater
if there is
taffy.
Laffy Taffy, or the saltwater taffy, or some kind of.
The sweet tart kind
Candy,
of
yeah, that-
Smarties.
And if you want to do like a mixture, so we're not doing all the
I
same.
choose.
If not,
Yeah.
It's like I choose.
Yeah.
Anyway.
For a
I will
nice,
get
cool-
a.
high chews. A lot of other people get those, so maybe no high chews because I see a lot of other people throwing those out, and our kids get tired of those. I don't. I'm just talking for. I don't know if in general that
Yeah,
would be.
I'll see what's available and
Okay.
get what I
Maybe
can.
look on Amazon too, maybe there's some variety that you
Oh, that's true.
don't get.
Yeah.
You don't even
And
have
then
to.
have it delivered.
Yeah.
True. Don't have to leave the
Amazon will
office.
sponsor our parade entry. There we
They
go.
have an office in Utah Valley, don't they?
To use their van.
Exactly. Done. We got it. Problem solved.
All right. Well, I think we need to close. We didn't talk about the
Newsletter.
newsletter submissions. Maybe we can
If I would just,
table that.
yeah, we can table that, but maybe our next meeting, if you have ideas, if you have a message that you want to send, get it to me, and I can get that posted in the newsletter.
How often are those newsletters? Monthly, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They want them a week before the first of the month.
So this week, right?
Right now, yeah.
So these are the newsletters that go out to all the
The
citizens.
emails, yep. They primarily email it. Occasionally they'll do a hard copy one, but yes.
Right.
And if any of you, if you have a message that you want to send it to me. I guess it would fall on me to make sure it's appropriate.
I would just say
It can't be
advertise.
political or anything like that.
We
It's
just need to advertise what we do.
Uh-huh.
I need money.
I think-
I have a GoFundMe. Just kidding.
Yeah.
More people know about it. My neighbor didn't even, I mean, we've lived in Orem for 40 years, and she didn't even know that there was a newsletter.
Oh,
So, I mean, so it's that kind of thing. They
Yep.
just don't know.
okay.
Well, I mean, we got the beautification signs or words, so maybe that could be just a very simple thing to put out there.
Does someone want to write that up? Obviously, so someone knows I'm in school right now, and I'm trying to minimize fun writing. Focus it all on school.
Elaine,
fun, right?
Elaine's been real good. She's not here, but she's
Okay.
kind of led the effort in the past.
Do we want to see if she'd be
I can reach
willing
out to her.
just maybe like do a little like,
A little
hey, the
blurb.
the competition begins or whatever, you know? If for businesses, I think that'd be really cool to get that out.
Yeah. I'll talk to her.
Start working
Does
on your lawn now.
businesses get the email as well?
If they receive a city bill, they would.
Well, then they probably would.
Yeah. We're making sure they pay, so. So, and then for the next meeting, we could put this back on the agenda item and maybe make some assignments that, Josh, we need you to come up with something for August, and
Yeah.
Jared, we need you to come up with something in September. Barb, how about no, yeah.
Cool.
Do we meet during the winter or the,
November and December, we don't usually meet.
okay. And this is every other month or every month?
We've typically met every quarter,
Oh.
but if you'd like to meet more frequently, we can.
I think we should meet again in June
Okay?
to talk about what we had talked about earlier. I think it'd be a good idea, if you guys are fine with that. I think it's not that big of a deal once a month, but that's just me.
We don't have a set schedule, other than we try to meet on the fourth Monday of whatever month we meet.
So June 27th,
Let's
you guys have, I mean, if like half the commission's not gonna be available, then obviously we wouldn't meet,
Right.
but
I should be able to make that.
I can make that.
I could do it virtually. I'll be in Chicago that day, but I could easily call in at that time.
Okay.
should we try to do that then?
Yeah, we can set it up virtual. We'll just set the laptop up
And then just let
like we did.
the other gals know.
Or just have them record on the phone or something.
And 4:30, is that
4:30.
usually?
Mhm.
And that's June 27th.
Yeah. So I guess the bulk of that meeting will be talking about the water award conservation stuff. So just, you have a month to add to your notes. So we don't have to like brainstorm during the meeting. We can just like plan it. Be super efficient with that meeting.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, I'll get you.
I make a motion that we close. Anyone want to second that motion?
Second.
I'll second it.
Oh, you guys really liked meeting.
Okay,
All in favor? This is where it gets interesting.
all in favor? Do you guys want to close the meeting? Do you want to adjourn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.